Thought they could crash him.
This ain't the usual sight. Though the logo's still roughly similar.
Yeah, somewhat.
To a degree.
I think should use the passcode from the site.
I see. Watch it. He's probably not going to be happy hearing this, but he needs to.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be concerned that he's walking around, let alone picking fights with me. Is there a code for this door, or?
Well, you can just hit the button.
Right. Well, you're taller.
Hello.
Hey, Jones. Actually, let me deposit this real quick. You're free to go in, Max. Yeah, you don't have a truck trailer attached to your back.
Oh.
He's gotten free.
Who?
The nurse.
Oh, yes, that.
Picked a fight with me and made me think that you fully prepaid and were gonna surprise me with something like Gabriel getting involved or something.
Last time I remember, they don't. You actually have like a undersuit under all that armor. They were just blood vessels and.
Yeah, no, it just looked like a
He is a
string of vessels and organs.
troubling one.
I told him what you told me about him. And Happy is also aware of that game thing. That's a different question
But
entirely.
if he's picking fights, did he say his intentions?
No. Never.
Not as far as I could tell. But I do know he pulled out Harrow on me. Trying to tap into that fear.
In his wheelhouse.
Guess he forgot. Guess he had no idea about the black hole problem.
There's kind of a difference. He was there for everything with Harrow, even if he wasn't fully
True.
in. But, well, last I knew, he was cooped up in his original void.
You were telling me. I know you told me about the boy.
Yeah.
Whatever idea he has for dealing with this shite.
I don't know.
I don't know this Hope, so I don't know. Which is a bit of a daft sentence to say, now that I've said it out loud.
Yeah.
I don't know Hope the person. I know Hope the feeling all too well. Both of you two have been giving that to me in spades.
Who is Hope?
The young Hope, the little dreamwalker.
You told me he saw you after... He found you after that happened.
Yes, young Hope was wandering the dream realm, saw something that he thought was dream essence, and accidentally wandered into a void, since they do sometimes overlap, and encountered, well,
the nurse.
Yes. after that, he came and sought out me, since it was during the point where I was depowered and could actually dream.
I see. Hopefully you weren't in that bad of a dream then.
I have methods of making sure that my dreams stay how I want them to. Sacrifices quality of sleep, but I don't sleep all that often anyway.
I see.
The plan that was laid out was to have Priest, well, assist, but was unsure of going through with the plan. That man is a very tormented soul.
Yes. From the version of your kind of world where they dispose of things after they're done with them. Rather than keep them contained,
Yes.
right?
It is not a kind place, and not one that I wish to
Nay.
see remade. Sees anomalies as
I'd wager
filth.
odds are good, that Raven fellow probably meant nurse. In that case.
No, not the same. That's a different kind of worms entirely.
I mean, I didn't see a version of me sitting there, nor did Max. Odds are good.
The alternates of the metaversal people, I believe they were ripped directly from
Their
I guess
realities.
this timeline. Copies
Or their lands, or what
split
have
off
you.
from them.
Because that Happy seemed a lot more, inquisitive, I guess. And Flower looked, depressed might be an understatement.
That world is, put it in simple terms, grimdark.
I don't.
They're just trying to survive,
I
and
was about to say, I'm assuming that's a book term.
kind of.
Aye. But I know what you mean. So what does...
I was
So
not
why...
wanting to do the plan to take care of the other one of me. Mainly due to the fact of the first time was not willing on either party. That byproduct of traversing the void and having extra copies of yourself existing in them. Drawn to the similarities.
And even if by
But-
accident, opposites attract.
Yes. I took him from the one thing he had from that world,
And I'm assuming
and I
Hope found that one thing left.
believe so, but I do not know.
I don't really know.
And I cannot go there myself to look for fear of drawing him
Unwillingly
into
drawing him
myself
in.
too quickly.
Aye.
Yes.
And getting, presumably her, I can only assume, to be abandoned all over again. His version of
Right.
Fiverr, maybe.
over.
I could try.
It would take more than just you, sadly.
I know you
You're
already
not
told me I'm not
exactly
cut out for doing
magically adept.
Not in this body. There's still the
Hmm.
other vessel you made while this one was recovering.
that.
That is true, but if the
I
plan
can't go
is
at it
to,
alone.
yes,
You
if we
need
go
people
through
that
with
are
Young
magically
Hope's
inclined.
plan, then you would more than likely need himself and Priest to be able to complete it.
Whatever
No
ritual
doubt
they're
with
plotting.
resistance.
I don't even know. I already know you already told me I'm not cut out for doing that. I may be a bit magically inclined, but probably not to the level you're wanting me to.
No, and they give him people that he doesn't know. He doesn't have anything to pry at.
Snatch, essentially.
I see. Nobody
Well,
that can
with
tie
you
back to
two,
you, I suppose.
No, more of... He's had every experience that I've had up until Harrow. Not Harrow. Till Necros. Or, I guess, Woden. Unbound all of the ones within me. After that, he was on his own, since he did not join the collagliate that was inside Warden at that time.
I see.
He was there for the horror arc, and there for IPC before, and wasn't likely why he brought up horror today.
Likely.
Knew that
I had trouble with them.
both of you.
And definitely remember the fact I took 7 fucking shotgun shots to the face. After Azzy, well, was crushed in my hands like a fucking grape.
This is troubling news, and most unlikely
We had to get it to
we
you.
will have to act soon.
I can send you the eye data.
Very.
It'll even show you the messages that popped up on my PDA. As it
I see.
happened. Messages ostensibly from you.
And
Well,
for
we
me,
know who
too.
was sending that now.
And makes sense. The thing about him is he has nearly the same abilities that I do, just not as much practice with them.
Aye. Which means
Altering your
he hasn't learned how to
messages
bend
to
reality
represent
like you
something.
do yet.
Just hope
More
Mark's
of
hoping
it's
it gets better.
imperfect.
Aye.
How we affect reality is a reflection of how our minds are. So, his will be a lot more
Twisted.
Yes.
Perhaps that's why. That's perhaps why that Hope boy was looking to get involved. Even if he didn't, even if he wasn't the one to discover the other soul, I guess.
Possibly.
I don't quite know.
Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
Aye. I don't know. Maybe if you can find him, you can speak to that Hope boy and see about getting more knowledge.
I'll try.
Reunite the one soul that was left in that place with Nurse, and that might allow him to come back to you more willingly.
Maybe.
Careful with those.
Careful with those.
Nah, you're already touching wood. I can't say jinx. Getting readings from space on this thing?
That's what this site is. Satellite relays and, well... filter sounds and process them.
Or sound frequencies, I suppose. Well, sound isn't exactly able to travel easy in space.
I'd be surprised.
Look. I know what a black hole sounds like.
Then, well, no matter who you ask, they do sound somewhat angelic.
Not the word I'd use for it, but... or at least not in that moment with Susan May and Trevor.
Because I did pick one up here. It was...
I didn't know you kept it here.
Oh.
very useful.
I see. Can you keep a
Looks like
picture
you're
of that
getting yourself
V-bot?
out of there. Right.
Can you keep a model picture of that V-bot?
One of the chassis that they got for Ethan, I assume.
Possibly.
No, that one's more of just a personal form that I enjoy.
Do
Well,
you
fair.
enjoy Ethan being a cat?
Oh no, that's just what's allowed here. They don't allow any real higher, what is it? Higher quality AIs.
Oh, fair.
You wouldn't happen to have like a kitchen here, would you? I'm kind of hungry.
Upstairs.
Alright. If you're willing to, you can make me something too if you want.
The site. It's not as large. Well, if we were to actually go outside, it'd be larger. But
Well, fair. I mean, there is quite a fucking forest out there.
forest, the satellites,
I wonder.
the transformers.
I do occasionally wonder how me kin would turn out if we lived in a forest instead of a desert.
Holy shit, you had him prison here?
Huh.
My old friend from Camarocho.
I hear
That's
you.
him. That was here from before, so it may have been with the last
Aye.
worker here.
So it's a good before you even left the place. No reason having these on the floor like this. Here we are. There we are. It's like he's entering the kitchen.
No, they move.
They move. How fucking many are in this place?
A lot.
Is it just multiplying?
No, there's just a lot. I think 18 to 20? I don't
And
know.
they stole your bed. Or, I guess the bed of whoever lived here last.
Really, I don't really sleep, so it doesn't bother me too much.
Well, yeah, he can have it, I guess.
I mean, you think up here's bad, just go look in the basement.
I mean, if you're...
See what I mean?
Okay, so they're not even subtle about it. Okay,
They
I
just
know
move.
where I can.
You look away for a second, and they move.
Here, I got an idea on what to do.
and evidently forget how long a second is. Valley
Oh,
Hills.
no, I looked away for a second.
I've
It
seen a
seems
room.
like...
I've seen a room on their camera feed when they were conducting here earlier. Maybe I can take these.
Hmm.
If you're talking about the basement, they removed the incinerator.
Not the incinerator.
There's something comical about that.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, Didn't you... I forgot if I heard something tragic about some at one of the sites about that thing. About a chipper.
Oh, I mean, they may be used for recreational uses sometimes.
Oh,
Hey,
fair
my
enough.
first aid kit.
Ah, nice to have at least.
Yep.
Oh, the MREs.
Yep.
Wag hell beer.
That's not my problem.
Oh, I didn't even spot that this goes down.
Yeah, it's the basement.
Fair enough. And as grimy as a basement really should be.
That's a lot of meat. That's a lot of
And-
meat in there.
And oddly barded.
Yes, well, we aren't allowed in there.
Why's that? Would have been bad?
Mad cow disease.
Ah, figures as much. I think the last time that hit was in, I think Paradise, Arizona? Or was it New Edens?
I know I remember there was a restaurant of sorts that Five Finder was taken that Five Finder chose as a venue after a scuffle, and there was a severed cow head on the end of the bar. I tried to ask the dude about it.
Oh. They probably know about that.
I remember him, I know there was a factor that he patted his pockets and says, the fact that I checked my own the fact that I checked what was in my code says enough about me. Which, I wouldn't lie, is kind of funny.
That's probably the sad thing. If Happy or Baron were here, I bet they'd pick you up and shove you in one of the lockers.
Fuck's sake. Happy, probably not. Baron, yes.
Green button.
Cosmic gulfs, it froze open before our frenzied eyes. Should.
Oh,
That was
I
from the
am
tape
going
I found
to-
next to the, yeah.
Of all things to be local in
that
the world.
button.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's just clear that.
uh,
Best not to leave that there.
that'd probably be wise to be disposed of.
That is a Cognito hazard. You can't tell if it's because of the tape you're playing or it just happens. There's a meteor shower.
We're not
Oh.
paying.
Honestly, kind of
There's a
pretty.
meteor shower outside.
Oh, I was meaning to ask, actually. What was the name of that class that's, like, helpful against other anomalies type? Like, better to keep uncontained and helping than keeping locked in the box type.
It'd still be considered safe. The class types are not of their level of safety, they're how they are to contain.
What was
Safe
it?
is easy to contain.
I
think I was meaning more
Keter's.
like anomaly used to help contain another anomaly type. Enemy of me enemy.
There's not really a classification for them. Sometimes they're used as MTF, sometimes.
Jack?
Yeah, no, I know I spotted that. That was one of the V models.
Wonder why they were doing it here.
I don't know, probably harassing.
Maybe. Yeah.
Probably.
Sadly, I am due for my report, so
I don't know if
it's best
you're
that
able
you
to
two
get.
home.
I don't know if you're able to get
Very
your
well.
sin into the dream realm. Because I know you can't
I
go
can.
physically. I've been.
I'm gonna head back to, Woohoo.
Aye.
I'd be able to get there if I wanted
I'll
to.
catch up with you later.
You two have a good night. And be safe.
Alright.
You too, Derek.
Oh no. Maybe you could find a talk with Magius and see about asking for hope or something. Away he.
I'll see.
He's probably got his own place in the dream realm. I mean, I should know. I delved a good chunk of layers into it to save Azzy. But I shouldn't keep you. I shouldn't keep you.
That's where Kerfus went.
Eh? Oh. Oh, was this the thing you were on about?
That is the Kerfus unit. Well, one of them. I have a few.
Right, queer gyroscope unit.
It's a technical upgraded form, but I haven't bothered with that yet. Radiation, a few different things.
Fair enough. I mean, a machine is useful for dealing with, you know, radiation. You don't only have the slow burn thing that organics do. Delicate computer
It's
parts
more
like
of
circuit
to
boards and
make-
motherboards can take a bad hit of it though.
To upgrade the Kerfus unit, it takes a radioactive capsule.
Huh.
Power source.
There are probably better ways to do that, but work what you got in the
Probably,
area, I guess.
but using ways to do it makes it more efficient. So,
I suppose so. Nope. I think you accidentally turned it off.
yes.
Hmm. But if you can find a way to contact him, or find him, what have you, then brill. If nay, then
I will.
If nay, I can always say about
Don't
asking
worry.
Max. Priest told me that Magius is alright. Even if Miss Marigold says that she's having trouble. But to be fair, I did ask Priest to make sure that she's alive. I guess I didn't really say much after that. Say to do much after that. Which is on me.
Happens.
I mean,
But-
Priest only does as he's told, which, rather, I understand why, but I is still kind of amusedly, concerningly obedient for a void entity.
No, he's not just a void entity.
Well, aye. But, you know, he doesn't like being called a god either.
Well,
Even if
no,
he
he's
ma-
four gods, technically.
I mean, true, but, you know, even if he does fit the bill, considering, you know, a lot of folk out there that aren't exactly god-friendly.
Yeah.
You do it for your own reasons. You know, keep your own mental in check.
Yeah.
Same reason I get Jonah the medication. Make sure his heart's in check. They are both living in a wasteland and being technically the head and accountant of the family. No wonder he's stressed out all the time. Luckily, even without the factor of me nearly dying under your watch.
That is par of the course with mercenary work.
Well, if I considered I miss hell. I miss when you brought us through hell and had us fight machines with miniguns.
It's just simpler then.
Things were
No,
yeah,
it just works.
things were simpler then, as I'm talking about a reminiscent of sent it into a version of hell. The thing that was my first fucking job with you. Or at least
Difference is that it was a controlled scenario.
obviously. You had full control then. Even if I wasn't aware
No, it's
that
mercenary
Gabriel
work and
was...
defense missions.
Even if I wasn't aware that Gabriel was... no, not a construct. I saw a
Yes,
different version
that's-
today.
That Gabriel lost his purpose and I gave him a new one.
And presumably the light to keep going.
Light is an interesting term for it, but
Well,
motivation.
Lord's light and whatnot. I mean, I'm a fucking melting pot of religious beliefs, personally. I believe in God, I also believe
All
in
of us
Kara.
are.
Believe in Underworld and Hell. Underworld is probably just, I guess as Penguin calls it, the waiting room.
Purgatory.
Take it where you
There's a
need to
bunch
go.
of different names for it.
Bunch of different things. Hells. I remember one person one traveling trader calling it a spirit realm at some point. As an afterlife. Don't really know. Everyone's entitled to their own beliefs. It's just a matter of which gods are
Yeah.
around to make them true.
Yep.
And besides, gods aren't infallible. Hephaestus was crippled, and he created the wheelchair in response. He solved the problem. It always irks me when people are like, "You've got magic. Why don't you just heal your disability?" It's not simple as that. If a god can't heal it, what the fuck would a random wizard do? What would Flower do?
Who knows?
I don't even know. But I shouldn't keep you away from your report. Good seeing you, Curve. I'll head home and rest. I know I need to try and find and speak with Magius for her own matters. The Mega Beast problem. Trying to nick your seat. Christ alive. Oh, I can hear the chip. I mean, like, the hard to contain class was just named Cater, wasn't it?
Keter
Ah.
is named after Dr. Keter. Is the more dangerous ones, yes, but there is a few classes above that.
I see.
But Keter is the one that is most colloquially known just because the ones after that tend to be more classified stuff.
Fair enough. I guess.
My site's one of the few sites that has Apollyon containment, so.
I'm assuming it's not wise for me to ask what that is.
No.
What about the one that's useful for helping contain other anomalies?
That's one I do not know.
Ah, well. I mean, probably not wise for me to figure it out unless I want 5 are mad at me.
It wouldn't be 5, it would be a hit squad. And that I can't really act against.
I was trying to make levity.
Well, either a hit squad or
I accidentally found
a
the power
hit
button.
squad or a, well, amnestic squad, so
I mean,
one of the two.
I'm not exactly trying to cause trouble, at least. They know I'm working for a commander.
No, they don't really. A lot of my stuff is loosely documented.
Fair enough. Well,
Have a good night, Jack.
you too, Jones. And give me best wishes to Fiver. And Ethan.
I will. Ethan already knows. Please, you think he isn't around?
Well, it's nice to say it anyway.
It is.
It's nice to have the jovial, like, more amusing snark as opposed to the annoying, more deprecating snark that comes out of most others, like Baron. At least that Karatos fellow seemed alright. Probably gonna be a bit diff to hear you for the glass, I'm afraid.
Matters what side for him. You show anything against his higher-ups and, well, you've seen how he fights.
Aye. Fair enough. Fair enough. John will be wondering where I am soon. And don't worry, I'll delete the from coordinate. No deals.
Remove that cognito hazard from your recording.
Which one?
The skull on the screen.
Right, okay. You might have to tell me what that does.
It's just death. It should automatically be filtered out, but still, removing it is best.
Fair enough. Consider me brother checks the recordings. That's got enough heart trouble as it is. I'll comb through anyway.
Have a good night.
You too.